Hey everyone, and welcome to this new series on my channel. The point behind this series is that I sometimes want to talk about topics that I cannot address with my regular videos. And these can range from anything Ducati to racing like MotoGP and World Superbikes and motorcycle trends in general. And the first thing I want to talk about today is the reintroduction of the conventional swing arm for top-of-the-line Ducati superbikes. You will remember Ducati announced at World Ducati Week this year the new Panigale V4 for 2025. And among many technical changes that this bike has is a conventional swing arm. And this was met with quite a lot of controversy on the internet because Ducati is quite famous for having single-sided swing arms on these bikes. Now they explain or they reason that why they use a conventional swing arm is performance. Reduced lateral stiffness means more traction, more stability, more precision. And this is not the first time they're doing this. Actually, already in the mid-90s, when they were racing the 916, Troy Corser, who you will remember actually won the World Superbike Championship on a 916, complained about the single-sided swing arm. And so with the 999, they introduced a conventional one. Although you will also remember that was quite a controversial move back then. They also used the conventional swing arm on mid-sized superbikes such as the 899 Panigale and the 959 Panigale. And now that it's coming back is also not a surprise because even Alvaro Bautista, double World Superbike champion for Ducati, complained that the single-sided swing arm is so stiff it unsettles the bike under acceleration. And of course, as you know, they also use a conventional swing arm in MotoGP and very successfully, so who can blame them? And if you look at their track record, the Desmosedici in MotoGP is currently really dominating the whole racing series. And the 999 was super successful too. And if you've been listening to the early reviews of the new Panigale V4 for 2025, that bike also is a lot easier to ride than its predecessor. So we could just stop, end the video right here and say, great job Ducati, awesome conventional swing arm. By the way, it also reduces weight, forgot to say that, and then move on. But it's not that easy, I'm afraid, because you have to ask yourself the question, why does any motorcycle maker even take part in racing? And a large reason for that is image. They want to win races because they hope by winning races they will sell more bikes. However, Ducati has an image that doesn't just depend on winning races. It also depends to a large degree on style. Why put all that effort into winning more races and in the end undermine that by having an outward appearance that is just not as appealing as it was with a single-sided swing arm? And if you look at the current situation, the Panigale V4R that they're racing right now is not exactly unsuccessful with the single-sided swing arm. Bura is strong. Bautista, with all his problems, still third in the championship, at least at the moment where I'm recording this. Petrucci is quite strong, and from time to time also Andrea. I would actually argue if Bautista hadn't been penalized with the extra weight, he would be much faster. And the only reason why Ducati is not leading the championship is not BMW, it's Toprak. And if you go back in time a little bit, we had a similar situation for the 999. The racers complained, we want a conventional swing arm. Ducati made one. The bike was super successful in racing. The 999 took 3 World Superbike titles, but it was not selling well. Now you could say, aren't you the guy who makes these 999 videos and you're telling how awesome this bike is, how great it looks and how special it is? Yes. I think from today's perspective, the 999 is a great bike. It has developed almost a cult following because it stands out so much. However, when it was introduced in 2003, if I remember correctly, it was not that popular and sales were not good. And that was not a good time for Ducati. We can hope, of course, that the new Panigale V4 for 2025 will have a similar situation, a little bit controversial upon release, but then super successful in racing and at some point becoming a cult bike with enormous success and a big following among Ducatista. But I do wonder, what's the reason, what's the motivation why they actually introduce this conventional swing arm? Because, as I say, the V4R right now is still quite successful. They risk a lot by changing the design like this. Some people even called the new Panigale V4 2025 a Chinese copy of a Ducati, or basically something that looks like that. And then I wonder, is maybe one of the motivations why they are doing this not just performance, but also cost cutting? Because Ducati belongs to Lamborghini, which belongs to Audi, which belongs to VW, and currently VW are not doing very well. And Ducati have already announced changes in MotoGP, which basically mean a reduction of budget because they will only bring 3 top-of-the-line, state-of-the-art, up-to-date 2025 bikes instead of 4 as they had this year. Or Ducati is just really very much obsessed with technology right now. Of course, it doesn't mean the 916, 1098 and so forth weren't fantastic technologically, but right now they're going quite a bit further. If you look at the Desmosedici in MotoGP, for example, it's all wings. It's all aerodynamics. And it's not pretty, is it? So what's going to happen? Is the V4 going to be an immediate success? Is it going to be, sales-wise, is it going to be immediately successful on the racetrack as they hope? Or is it maybe going to be a bit of a letdown in terms of sales, but will develop a cult following like the 999? We will see. These are my 2 cents. Tell me what you think in the comments below. As usual, if you like this video, leave a like. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. Donnie Desmo out.